I'm Katie. I'm your daughter.
We previously explored topics such as Meg's hat and her pursuit of love. Today, we delve into her early life, especially her controversial birth story.
Hi, Meg. You know how cute I think you are.
Unfortunately, there are no well-documented historical records about her upbringing. Therefore, we must gather fragmented references and piece them together. First, let's discuss her origin.
Now, isn't it true that you told my client, Carter Pewterschmidt, that Brian is a menace to society and should never be allowed to see his children?
In Season 3, Episode 13, Brian reveals crucial information about Meg's birth.
Your Honor, Brian will be a great dad. Hell, if I was half the parent Brian is, I'd know that Chris's favorite ice cream is
chocolate chip.
And Stewie's favorite bedtime story is
Goodnight Moon.
And Meg's real father's name is
Stan Thompson.
This revelation requires further investigation as it could shed light on Meg's identity and place in the Griffin family.
Mom!
In a later episode, Lois told Chris that pregnancy with Meg hindered her Olympic aspirations.
Your third somersault was a little sloppy, but what do I know, huh? It's been so long since I qualified for the Olympics.
You were in the Olympics?
No, I got pregnant with Meg and couldn't go. Now I'm pro-choice.
At the dinner with a cruise ship captain, Peter stated that they attempted to abort Meg 2.5 months before birth.
So me and Lois are driving up to Vermont to get this abortion.
Peter!
Hey, hang on, Lois, don't ruin it. All right, so we're driving up to get this abortion, and we get to the abortion clinic, and the abortionist has one hand. The abortionist has one hand. So we turned around and went home, and 2.5 months later, our daughter Meg was born.
All these align with each other in that Meg's birth was rather unexpected and even unwanted by the couple. However, Brian later seemed to contradict himself by mentioning that Meg grew up to resemble Peter.
I'm made in his image.
Really? Would he give you a smoking hot mom like Lois and then have you grow up looking like Peter?
Well...
Nevertheless, this doesn't definitively establish Peter as Meg's biological father, as Meg's appearance doesn't bear so much resemblance to him.
Is everything okay?
Yes, it's just... You look just like...
What's going on? Who's this supermodel?
I'm Katie. I'm your daughter.
Peter, being a multiple sperm provider, is the biological father of many daughters, and their physical appearances are known.
Oh, we were all pretty excited to meet you.
What do you mean, we?
Hi, Dad!
Yet, none of them share any resemblance with Meg.
Seaman.
Meg doesn't share many similarities with Peter.
Well, we'll work on the laugh, but you'll get there. To the Meg copter!
Unlike Peter and Stewie, she has never invented any gadgets. She has shown some musical abilities, but it can be attributed to her mother's DNA.
You never know just how much I love you.
And her obsessive personality contrasts with Peter's carefree nature.
Meg, the fact is you and I are friends, and that's the way it needs to stay.
Her obsession more closely resembles Lois' obsession with grocery shopping.
What's that, Brian? Oh, you were just kidding. Oh, I know you were. I love you too, Brian. And you love me. You do love me, Brian.
That's right. I do groceries.
Furthermore, Lois's promiscuous past before marriage further supports the possibility of extramarital conception.
One day I was cleaning a birdcage and a porn producer came in and, well, the rest you know.
Lois later reveals that her pregnancy was why she didn't annul her marriage with Peter.
I was having serious regrets about my decision, but was already pregnant with Meg, so there was no backing out.
It means when she got married to Peter, she was already expecting Meg. While this statement may sound like Peter is Meg's biological father, it is not confirmed. This situation merely suggests that Lois needed Peter to help conceal her past. Additionally, she contemplated an abortion when Meg's due date was approaching.
So me and Lois are driving up to Vermont to get this abortion.
If the baby were indeed Peter's, and that was one of the reasons for their decision to marry, there would have been no grounds to consider abortion. After Lois gave birth to Meg, Peter and Lois accidentally confused her with the afterbirth, which led them to return to the hospital to rectify the mix-up.
Hey, Dad, why don't you tell the story about when I was born?
Yeah, we got halfway home with the afterbirth before we had to go back to the hospital and swap it out for Meg. The end.
After a short while, the couple attempted to abandon Meg, possibly for the same reason they considered aborting her.
Yeah, you kids always loved your first trip to the fire station. You remember when we took Meg?
Therefore, it is more reasonable to conclude that Peter is not Meg's biological father. This conclusion aligns with the attempted abortion, abandonment, comparisons of personalities, and instances of mistreatment.
Could I have some bread while I open my presents?
At this point, we're gonna have to start charging you for the bread.
Everybody spit on Meg!
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Ironically, Meg ends up sharing something in common with Peter. Both were raised by non-biological fathers, which might have posed emotional challenges in their parent-child relationships.
I'm here, Dad. What is it?
Peter, you're a fat, stinking drunk.
Now, let's take a closer look at the physical traits from her early life. Meg claims that her heart has been in her head since birth.
It's a serious medical condition.
Yeah, that's not supposed to be there, so she should probably always wear a hat.
However, there are conflicting versions of her birth scene.
I am the biggest loser I know!
Oh, I know just how you feel, Pumpkin. I've had my share of disappointments, too.
It's a girl.
Can you check again?
Therefore, we can consider this claim as a one-time gag.
It seems like just yesterday she was born.
Mr. Griffin, would you like to cut the cord?
Sure.
Okay, that wasn't the cord, and now you've got a girl.
During her early years, Meg had a tail.
Oh, look, Meg. It's your little baby booties. Oh, and your little bronzed hat. And your tail.
My what?
Nothing.
However, it is unclear whether Meg's tail was present at birth or developed later. Fortunately, it was somehow removed from her without causing any significant visual side effects. And from the conversation between Meg and Lois, we can infer that Meg has been wearing her hat since she was a baby. Now, what about this Stan Thompson guy, Meg's biological father?
And Meg's real father's name is Stan Thompson.
All I know is somewhere in the great land of Ireland is a big fat bastard who looks like me.
Call me as soon as you can, Peter. And I really hope you find your real father.
Maybe there will be an episode dedicated to Meg's quest to find her biological father. Perhaps someday Meg will embark on a journey to discover her heritage.
Oh my God!
Just like Peter's trip to Ireland and Stewie's to San Francisco.
This is very bad, very bad. Oh, Daddy, I knew I'd find you. I knew Peter couldn't be my real father.